Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I would like to talk about two things: the Lost Ark Russian version of the cash shop and also the Russian version of their premium membership, which is the Beatrice's Blessing. I want to describe both of these things to you. I want to take you on a tour of how Russians did the cash shop and the premium membership and share my opinion obviously throughout the video. I am going to have a guide on the cash shop in a week from now because many of you have asked me what are the currencies, what's worth buying, what is this currency exchange. So I'm gonna guide you through the cash shop, but a bit later, not in today's video. Today I just want to review the shop. So let's start with the shop. I want to say from the get-go that Lost Ark's cash shop is in the gray area in terms of pay to win levels. It's not white, it's not black either. In my personal opinion, it is an acceptable cash shop for a free-to-play MMORPG. I've played all my life dead or pay-to-win MMORPGs, and I can tell you for sure that Lost Ark cannot be called a pay-to-win MMORPG. Is it in the gray area? Sure. Can it be called a non-pay-to-win game? No. Because they do sell some questionable items in the cash shop, and yes, some people that come from 100% fair games, like completely bright white, they are going to see some problems and some questionable things in the Lost Ark cash shop, but it's nothing that would hinder your performance as a free-to-play player. It's nothing that would affect you in PvP. If you play the game actively, you have the same exact chance as a guy who deposits actively in the cash shop. It's one of those MMORPGs in which there is an option to deposit for the people who don't have enough time to play that much. It's not like the other kind of pay to win where a whale can come with 5,000 euros and get fully decked out no matter how much time he has to play, and that happening in 5 minutes. It doesn't happen like that in Lost Ark. If you deposit like a whale, and if you are a whale, it's gonna take you roughly around 4 months to actually feel a difference, and that is an acceptable time for a player that plays the game without depositing, plays actively, to keep up with anything and any whale in the world. Now, having that said and out of the way, I would like to tell you that the Russian people did not do anything special compared to the Koreans. They still have the same nice items and the same questionable items in the cash shop. They have the feathers, obviously. They have the extra Guardian Soul Harvest. They have the extra Epona. They have the extra Chaos Dungeon, and they have the tickets to instantly complete the Eponas. It's kind of identical to how the Koreans have it, and in terms of skins, they also started identical to how the Koreans started, with one particular skin for each class. In terms of mounts, the same way as the Koreans started. They've also kept Mari's secret shop, this one which resets once in 6 hours. This is the spicy bit of the cash shop, and they've also added, actually a difference in between Russian cash shop and Korean cash shop is that they've added these things straight from the get-go because they were already available in Korea and it was a good idea that sold. They're actually trying, and the Russian publisher could have easily made this shop as an unlimited purchase. They could have easily made the shop as a once an hour reset. They can do whatever they want with their version of the game in this cash shop sense. So they haven't. They've kept the Korean traditions and they've kept the Korean ideas so that people would discuss their cash shop but not be able to call it a pay-to-win game. Just from the top of my head, why I'm thinking Lost Ark is in the gray area is simply because none of these items that you buy from here affect your PvP thing. Even though inside arenas item level does matter, it doesn't matter that much. And on top of the fact that it doesn't matter that much, and by it doesn't matter that much I mean you only feel it when you are item level 250 and your opponent is item level 500, then sure you feel it. But if you're 350 and he's 450, you don't feel it. So that's why I'm saying it matters little the item level in arenas, and on top of that you get little. You get little but constantly from the cash shop here, and you don't get so much ahead so fast that it would ever in your life make a difference inside arenas, inside PvP in Lost Ark. So these are the reasons why I feel that I should call the Lost Ark cash shop as an acceptable cash shop, not a pay to win one, in any case. Other than that, there's not much to show in the cash shop. It's a very fresh version of the cash shop. I like it, I appreciate it, but it's kind of empty, same as the Koreans started. Just 3 mounts, same as Korea, 2 skins, and the third mount, same as Korea. Nothing really special. I wanted to talk about the premium membership in Russia. I wanted to actually praise them for doing such a great job to the Beatrice's Blessing. I absolutely like what they've done to it. So the way Korea started with the Beatrice's Blessing is that it only increased your energy of luck regeneration, and it gave you the boat movement speed by, I think it was 2 or 3 knots. Now, compared to Korea, Russia has added, I think, 3 more things. First of all, it says there the cost of using transport ships is reduced by 50%. I don't recall this being when Korea started. This means that when you want to travel from island to island with the boat, from big port to big port, then that cost of shillings is reduced by 50%, and it was a tremendously large cost in Korea, so that's a great thing that they've done. Another thing is that Songs of Memories cooldown is reduced by 50%. I can basically go here and then save my location right here, and if I save my location, I'm gonna be able to teleport here at will whenever I want. So the fact that I can teleport 50% more often is a great asset. The second one that's really nice. And the third thing that's different in Korea is the fact that you have 2 additional cells in this same book of teleportation, so I can just save 2 more places compared to everyone else that doesn't have the Beatrice's Blessing, which is actually really nice. It is a very nice way of doing the premium membership. It feels much more premium here in Russia than it does in Korea, and I would really like to see the exact kind of thing coming to the West as well. And to top Beatrice's Blessing off, in Russia they've added an extra sense of premium to it. Basically, if you have Beatrice's Blessing, then you're gonna be eligible to receive these rewards after 10 minutes of game time that day, 20, 30, 60 and 1 hour and a half. These are absolutely amazing rewards, very stimulating and motivating rewards to actually get the Beatrice's Blessing. Personally, because I love the water content in Lost Ark, I would get the blessing even without these daily rewards being tied to it. In Korea, daily rewards were separate for everyone, regardless of your subscription status or if you're a premium or not. In Russia, they changed that and they've added some very juicy rewards, and quite many of them as well, to every tier of you being logged in if you have the membership. Lastly, I want to mention this shite right here. This is something that I personally don't like. I never agreed with this currency exchange in Lost Ark. I believe it can work in some MMORPGs like Guild Wars 2, for example, where gold means nothing in terms of progressing or how well your character is doing, really. But in Lost Ark, gold means a lot of things. And even if now at the beginning, in the first 2, 3, 4 months of the game, you don't really feel it because there's not much to do with gold and you feel like you can conquer tier 1 raiding without gold. That's good for you, and that's actually the case. But later on, and eventually in the bigger picture, starting from tier 4 raiding onwards, gold is extremely valuable, and in general gold in game makes you stronger. Again, I will put this in the gray area, a little bit darker gray than the actual cash shop, because I actually called it shite. Because it doesn't work in PvP. Again, nothing that you can get with gold works in PvP. Pots don't work, foods don't work. What else can you get with gold? Seal books that are really amazing. They don't work in PvP either. So yeah, in that sense we're safe. It's in a gray area, again a darker gray, but it is what it is. I wouldn't want to see this in the West. I think it's bullshit, really. I think gold is way too valuable in Lost Ark for it to be sold for real money just like that. You can do a lot of things with gold in that sense. So a guy who will deposit a lot of money is going to always have access to the easy mode of the game. He can do a lot of things, as I've mentioned. Pots, which are extremely important in Lost Ark, they basically give you 7 more lives inside of raid per person if you use the best pots, and as many as possible. That's one thing. That's definitely something that can make a huge difference in a raid. Second of all, seal books, they're super important whenever they're gonna be available here in Russia. The good ones, I mean, not these basic ones. I think that if this comes to the West, some people are actually going to be very bothered. This whole system is one of the things that bothers people in Lost Ark. I wouldn't like to see this system in the West, but if it comes in the West, I would like to see it a little bit changed, in the sense of you can only exchange this many 2000 diamonds per week to gold. You cannot exchange like this fucker right here, 15.7k of diamonds for each 800 gold each 100. I would like to see that being changed. I think that would be a very nice change that would solidify this system into the gray area and not make it seem like it's such a big deal. But yeah, these are my thoughts, guys, on the cash shop. I think they did a good job. I think it's nothing special compared to Korea. I thank you guys so much for watching, as always. If you want to try out this lovely MMORPG in Russia before it comes for us in the West, if it comes, I have a link in the description below guiding you through every single step. It takes 5 minutes with my guide to get Lost Ark Russia going for you on your PC. Lots of love, guys, as always. I'm gonna see you in just 2 days from now, and yeah, take it easy, stay safe.